03610606. That's the number to reach them beyond the show and for private consultation. And aluvalialaw.com is their website. So if you have any questions related to employment and family-based immigration matters, family law, corporate law, or civil matters, now is the time to give us a quick call. We do have Pallavi Ahluwalia live on air to answer all your legal questions. This is Your Business Matters with Pallavi Ahluwalia. Get ready to welcome Pallavi Ahluwalia live on the airwaves of Anisha Radio 104.9 FM. Good morning, Pallavi. How are you doing?
Wonderful morning to you, Mitu. Doing very well. Glad to be here Wednesday morning, our regular time, with Your Business Matters, and hope to be able to interact with the community and to be able to answer the questions.
Great. 972-235-5555 is the number in the studio. Going to our callers straight. The first caller live on air. Go ahead and ask your question to Pallavi, please.
Hi, Miss Pallavi.
Yes, hi. How are you?
Good. I just have a quick question. My mom just visited me recently, and she is a green card holder, and she came like 6 times, but she stayed for like 2 months. So this time they told next time she cannot come to US now.
Is she here already?
Yeah, she is here, but if she goes back and she comes back, she cannot come.
Well, I don't think that should be correct, but what they may be saying is that she's not maintaining her green card. CBP has become pretty serious about all of this, and they are looking at the entire pattern of travel to see if mom can stay back here at least 6 months before she leaves. So if it's possible for her to be here, or then next time she'll have to be prepared.
Actually, they have put a stamp on her green card already. She cannot come now. Even if she stays 6 months, she cannot come. That's what they told her.
I cannot provide an opinion without seeing that stamp, because that seems a little odd unless there are other issues that were involved that I'm not aware of. So I would have to have you, check in with an attorney, show that stamp, and get an opinion that way. Because so she's had it for how long? How long has she had this green card for?
6 years.
For 6 years, and every year she came in and she was here for a few months?
Yeah, she was always there for 2 months.
What does the stamp say?
She was out of the country 11 months.
Yeah, okay. So they are trying to see, and that again, the requirement here is the fact that she should be here every 6 months, or she should be here once in 6 months at least, so that she can show that she intends to be a resident here. That is also a requirement for naturalization purposes. But for green card purposes, so far, as long as you've entered once a year, you should be okay. So it is a little extraordinary for the government to be doing this, but again, now we are in a little bit of a different phase with CBP also, and your information here will help other listeners too, because that does seem extraordinary. But the only way for this to be, for this to move forward would be to be able to understand the pattern here, and were there any phases in which she stayed over a year abroad. And if that was the case, and she may have been erroneously allowed in a little bit earlier, then that could be an issue too. So we'll have to look at that.
But can she go and apply for a multiple visa, like surrendering her green card?
She can.
And will she get the visa, do you think?
Yes, if she is coming here more as a visitor, then she should be all right. But again, this seems a little extraordinary. It's not something that we've seen in practice. So if somebody is coming, just right at the cusp of a year, so for example, it's running out next week and you're entering the country, we've seen warnings like that go around. But for someone to go ahead and mark her passport with saying that she's not allowed to enter as a green card holder is very extraordinary. So I would like to look at it, be able to provide options, yes.
Okay. Thank you so much for your call. And for private consultation, let me remind you, you do need to take an appointment and you might want to call the front desk manager of Ahluwalia Law Offices, and that number would be 972-361-0606. Number in the studio, 972-235-5555. This is Your Business Matters with Pallavi Ahluwalia. Going on to our next caller. Anisha Radio, you're live on the air. Go ahead and ask your question, please.
I have the same question. What about the U.S. citizen? They are going abroad.
Yeah, U.S. citizens don't have any issues. There are no restrictions on them. We understand, however, even people that are born in this country at this point have been subjected to extra scrutiny and extra inquiries, especially if they are from either one of the 7 countries or they are from this a particular religion. So we're seeing concerns across the board. But if it is that somebody were to face this, then we need to hear about it, because we need to hold CBP responsible, because they're not supposed to be doing this. Taking to social media as soon as you're done with something like that is also recommended, just to get the attention and the pressure on CBP, especially if it is a U.S. citizen. And what about, do we have to keep the passport all the time with us? So at this point, with the DHS memo as well as the executive order, there is increased scrutiny in the government checking if people are here legally or illegally. Now, how else would you be able to prove to someone that you're here and you're a U.S. citizen or a green card holder or a visa holder in a legal status? Unfortunately, at this point, there will be racial profiling. And if they're looking at someone brown, they may pull you up and ask you to show your papers. So do have a copy of your passport. If you have a U.S. passport, if you are a green card holder, have that green card with you. It is important at this point.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much for your call. 972-235-5555. Number in the studio. Going on to our next caller. Phanisha Radio, you're live on the air. Go ahead and ask your question, please.
Hi, ma'am. My name is Fatima, and I am a green card holder. I have a question that I came to USA in December 2011 and went back in April 2012. From April 2014, I am in USA. So when I will be eligible to apply for citizenship?
So what? I didn't catch the time that you've been a green card holder since. You've been a green card holder since 2012?
From 2011. I got it in 2011, but then I have got white card and went back to my country. And after that, in 2014, I came back again in USA.
Okay. So you have to go forward after your re-entry permit, which is what seems to be the white card that you're talking about. The re-entry permit, you have to go forward 4 years, and that's when you are eligible for citizenship. So 4 years is the time that you enter, yeah.
Yes, and my second question is, now I got married to a person who is a student. When should I file his paper? In my present status or after citizenship?
No, after citizenship. I would not. If he's a student who's maintaining status, then I would have him independently just maintain his status. At this point, don't file, because there is no adjustment available for 2.5 years. It's not giving him any advantage. So the only thing that I caution is that the student must keep up with their course of study and the conditions of their I-20.
Okay, thank you so much.
Thank you for your call. Once again, 972-235-5555. Number in the studio. This is Your Business Matters with Pallavi Ahluwalia. Moving on to our next caller, Phanisha Radio. You are live on the air. Please ask your question to Pallavi.
Yes, Pallavi, I had a quick question. We are a U.S. citizen and we are planning to go for a vacation for 3-4 days, but it's out of country like Mexico. What do you think is the immigration, airport situation? Does it okay to travel?
Yes, I mean, we cannot, indulge in fear-mongering and telling people that they cannot step out of the country, especially when they're U.S. citizens or green card holders. At this point, there is nothing out there if you are a U.S. citizen, correct? Is that what you said?
Yes, it is.
Yeah, so you should be all right. You should be okay to go to Mexico. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you for your call. Moving on to our next caller, Fanisha Radio. You are live on the air. Go ahead and ask your question, please. All right. Looks like we dropped the call. 972-235-5555. You can sure call us back. And this is Your Business Matters with Pallavi Ahluwalia from Ahluwalia Law Offices. All right, looks like we just got disconnected and would like to take Pallavi back on air to get all your legal and video. You are live on the air. Go ahead and ask your question, please.
Yep, my wife just recently got a call from 800 number, and the gentleman was saying is that you have not registered your alien number in last 90 days in US, and because of that reason I have to report you. So when she asked that, am I illegal in this country, the gentleman said that no, I haven't checked that in my whole conversation, and I'm only saying that you have not did something which you are supposed to do, and because of that reason we have to report you. So
you will not hear from the government by a phone call. You're going to get a letter for deportation. So if anybody were to say that is an attempt to coax money out of you, do not fall for it. Hang up.
So the voice is not coming clearly. You mean to say that we don't have to be panic and we will get a letter and we should not believe on these kinds of calls?
Absolutely. Because these are, most of these are hoax, and at some point they will ask you to deposit money.
Okay.
All right.
Okay, so if there is a call that comes to you, the government will never call you. IRS will not call it. USCIS will not call you.
Okay, and not even the police will call us to do this.
No, they're not. No, the cops will not call you like this. They will just show up.
Okay.
They're not going to give you notice.
Okay.
So it's incorrect. This is incorrect.
So if somebody asks, then we should only...
Say, sir, please send me a letter about this.
Okay.
They were to say, sir, please send me a letter. I'm sure. And do not give your address. Just say, I'm sure, sir, your records have our address. Please send us a letter. Be very firm and polite and hang up.
Okay. Thank you.
All right?
All right. Thank you for your call. 972-235-5555. Number in the studio. Moving on to our next caller, Fanisha Radio. You are live on the air. Please go ahead and ask your question.
Hi, Ms. Pallavi. I'm a green card holder on marriage base, and my green card is expiring in February 2018. So when will I be eligible to apply for remove that condition from my green card?
3 months prior to 90 days prior to its expiration. You said February of 2018, so it'll be December or end of November. You'll have to just count up to the 90 days.
It's not 6 months, it's 3 months.
Correct. For I-751s, it's 3 months prior.
And another thing, that when can I apply for my citizen after that?
So at the 2-year, 9-month mark. So from the time that you had after you had your first green card, you can, even if your 751 is still pending, you can still apply for your N400 at the 2-year, 9-month mark from the date that you first got your green card.
All right. Thank you so much, ma'am.
Thank you.
All right. All the best to you. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye.
Thank you for your call. Moving on to our next caller, Fanisha Radio. You're live on the air. Go ahead and ask your question to Pallavi.
Hi. I'm an Indian citizen and I'm working in a US organization right now. I came in US in 2011 on L1A, and after that my company has filed my green card on EB1 last year in July 2016. I received my advance payroll and EAD card. So my question is, can I travel to India and if I have and enter back in US? If that is
so as long as so you don't have the L1 anymore, because L1 is fine to travel on as well. So the advance parole and the EAD would allow you to travel, absolutely. But if you were abroad and something would happen, so you don't have a request for evidence or anything like that from the government on your EP1C?
As of now, I have not received anything. The last thing what I received was my fingerprints, which I already completed.
So that was pertaining to the 485, but the I-140 is still pending, correct? It's not been approved?
I-140 is still pending. And the date physically on the site, it says February 2 is going on and my priority date is July 29th.
Okay. So just the only warning I have is that if something were to happen to the I-140, then the 485 and everything will also fall. They will not stay on because they're based on the concurrent filing with that I-140 that you have pending. Okay.
But after that, will I get the opportunity to respond to that? Will they allow me to enter in case any questions are there?
So how long are you abroad for? So you can make your judgment based on how long your trip is.
Okay, I am planning sometime 21st of March, and by April 25th I'll be back. That's what my plan.
Okay. Yeah. So I mean, looking at that, the fact that there is no RFE yet on your case, you can assume that everything will be okay and that you can have your I-140 at least pending while you return. The safer bet, however, would always be to also have the L1 option for you to be able to return on. So just as a word of caution, having two options
I'll carry my L1 document as well as I-485 receipt notice what I received, right?
Correct. You can.
Okay. So it's safe to travel and come back to US.
Correct.
All right.
Thank you, Pallavi. So nice of you.
All right. Okay.
Thank you for your call. Going on to our next caller, Phanisha Radio. You are live on the air. Go ahead and ask your question, please.
Hi, thanks for taking my call. A couple of weeks back, I went to U.S. Immigration Center for biometrics for N400 U.S. Citizenship application. And unfortunately, I didn't carry my green card, but I had my driver's license. So the officer told me I would still have the biometrics done on the same day, but I will be getting a violation. And she gave me a paper which states every green card holder should be carrying green card everywhere, otherwise you are subject to fine and imprisonment. So my question is it going to impact my U.S. citizenship application, or will there be any further communication I should be expecting from immigration on this violation?
So how did she give that violation to you, sir? Did she give it to you on a piece of paper, or did she say it verbally?
So she gave me a piece of paper which just states that, every green card holder needs to carry a green card every time and otherwise subject to fine or imprisonment. That's what it says. It's a very general printed paper. That's
correct. Yes, that is the expectation, that it should be on your person to be able to prove your identity, and more so at this point. So no, I don't think that she's going to carry it forward. She just gave you a general warning, and they're just setting the tone of what they're requiring at this point. This has not been where it's been an issue ever in the past, but again, we're going to see more. So there are lots of things, and I'll say this clearly. Say, for example, updating yourself with USCIS anytime you move up until you become a US citizen. Okay, so most people are aware of it, but those are not things that anybody follows. But it is important that everybody do that. So these are little violations that are there, and they can be taken seriously depending on how tough the government wants to be. So if at this point, just impacting you, in my opinion, I don't think so. I don't think it's going to go forward. But yes, as a warning or a general warning, that would be a note to everyone. And I'm so glad you're here on the radio talking about this, because that also tells everyone else as to what they need to do.
And so, do I need to carry my original, or would the photocopy would be sufficient of the green card?
We've been telling people just the photocopy because people worry about it, but I would say just have it. At this point, CBP or ICE or anyone is just trying to be a little bit more tough on each stance that they have, and I would not take a chance. Just have it with you.
And do you expect it to go on my record, if on my application record?
I don't think so.
Okay.
All right.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you so much for your call, and that's all the time we have with Pallavi Ahluwalia today. And thank you, Pallavi. Go ahead.
Yeah, before I head out, Mito, I just want to say one thing. Yesterday, President Trump, more than a few times yesterday in the afternoon, as well as he made immigration again one of the conversations that he was having. And in this, he seems to be talking about some comprehensive immigration reform, which he says that he can work with both sides to come up with that. So that may bode some good news. I hope we can rely on it and expect some good things to come out of this. But if it does not, I mean, we know the current stance, so at least it gives us something to hope about.
Thank you so much for that information, and hope it's all good news there. Amen to that. Thank you so much, Pallavi, and see you next week.
Okay, thank you so much for hosting me. Bye-bye.
Bye.